I'm willing to argue that for the better part of a year now, there's been something in the IWC, the Internet Wrestling community, that everybody has kind of agreed on. And that's that the theme songs that are used now are just bland, boring. And if you asked a wrestling fan who went through the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, and you asked them, what's the big difference? A lot of people would say the music, the theme songs. Well, it appears that a lot of people are getting what they wanted. It sounds like that once Def Rebel's contract expires with the WWE is not going to renew them for a new contract. The deal was signed between WWE and Def Rebel back in 2019, and a lot of people like to clown on Def Rebel and make fun of a lot of the music that they've made, but let's not forget that they do have some really good ones. The first one that comes to mind, and the one that I think has the more impact behind it, is Roman Reigns' theme song. When he got rid of what used to be the Shield entrance theme to what he had as the Tribal Chief, it truly changed Roman Reigns as a character. He was no longer the guy from the Shield, he was the Tribal Chief, and that theme song reflected that. And now, with Roman Reigns coming back, we now have a new entrance theme for him, and it again is something that has changed the Roman Reigns character as the Tribal Chief and now the original Tribal Chief. And it's not just Roman Reigns, there are some more that do have really good theme songs, and some that has really started to pick up amongst the WWE Universe at shows. The prime example of this being Jey Uso. So for me, the big question is, what went wrong with Def Rebel? A lot of people would say that it was the unnecessary changes that we saw with a superstar getting a new theme song. A lot of times it was someone coming from the NXT roster moving up to the WWE main roster, and they would get a new theme song. We saw Tiffany Stratton get one, we saw Braun Breaker get one, and they were themes that didn't really need changed at all. It kind of reminded me of when Vince McMahon was still in the WWE and he was just unnecessarily changing guys' names, like when he changed Pete Dunne to Butch. Another perfect example of this is AJ Styles. AJ Styles had a really solid theme song, and now it's something that really just doesn't fit the AJ Styles character. And I get that wrestlers need to evolve, they need to change. But even with this new AJ Styles character that we got, the theme still didn't really fit him at all. Another thing that I wasn't a big fan of is when they kept adding these taglines at the beginning of their songs so you knew which superstar was coming out. A couple that come to mind for that, I think of Bayley with her role model, I think of Damian Priest with All Rise, and I think I understand why they try to do that, because I think what they're trying to do is emulate what Stone Cold Steve Austin had with the glass shattering. As a wrestling fan, you know that once the glass shatters, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. And for me, it just didn't really work with All Rise or Role Model when it came to Bayley, but there are some that I think it does work. I think of Seth Rollins with Burn It Down. I think of Drew McIntyre's theme, which starts out with the sword making that swoosh sound. So while yes, it does work still, it doesn't work for everything. And the rumor surrounding this news with Def Rebel not getting renewed by the WWE is that the WWE is looking into using more mainstream artists. And we just got a glimpse of it this past Friday night with the new entrance theme for Friday Night SmackDown on the USA. Using someone like Megan Thee Stallion's song for the entrance for SmackDown is beneficial on so many levels because it opens the door for non-wrestling fans to possibly start getting into wrestling. And let's not forget, the guy that is behind WWE's creative right now, Triple H, used a mainstream artist in Motorhead for virtually all of his songs. When you think of Triple H, you think of The Game, you think of Evolution's theme song, and you think of King of Kings. Those are three songs that were all done by Motorhead. And if you think about it, WWE wanting to go a little more mainstream with their theme songs makes sense, because the biggest babyface in the company right now, Cody Rhodes, uses a theme song that is by a mainstream artist. And as we continue to see WWE growing in popularity, it makes all the sense in the world that they want to try to get back into the mainstream audience. Let's call a spade here. The wrestling fandom has a certain niche, and not a lot of people understand why we enjoy the world of pro wrestling. But with the use of more mainstream artists, it again opens the door for more non traditional wrestling fans to maybe come and watch the product. That's why you're starting to see concerts during live performances like we saw with Jelly Roll. So while this isn't necessarily groundbreaking news, I do think that this is going to play a bigger role than what we necessarily may think. Because not only are wrestling fans getting something that they have desperately wanted, and that's quote unquote better theme songs, it's also a way for WWE to expand its audience. And with the way that WWE is going right now, they're gonna keep growing, and this is going to make them grow even further. So that's going to do it for this video here. Let me know down below in the comments, are you happy that Def Rebel is looking like they're gonna be on their way out? Were you a fan of them? Were you not a fan of them? Let me know all that stuff in the comments down below. And while you're down in the comment section, swing by the description and find the Linktree link. The Linktree link will take you to all of the social media accounts for this YouTube channel. I highly suggest going and checking out our X page. Over on X, we do updates on every Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and all of the PLEs. And above all else, I want that to be a place for wrestling fans to go and talk about wrestling. And especially ones who don't have a lot of people to talk to about wrestling, like myself. So if that does apply to you, maybe swing by a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown or a PLE coming up, join in on the conversation, and maybe it's for you. But again, that is going to do it for this video here. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. It'll really help out the channel a lot. As always, stay tuned for more videos coming in the future. We'll see you next time.